That stuff has happened. That's the propaganda. That's the crap. That's the garbage. They're dirt poor. They don't have enough food to feed their own military. They don't have enough money to actually properly equip their the tanks and the ammunition they have, and the guns are just old. World War II kind of stuff. So for me, I'm praying for this in a big way for the world. What a victory. And for the oppressed, for the tens of thousands of people that are in those gulags and being beat to death, and the starving, and the folks that don't have the chance or the opportunities that you and I will have, maybe the future could actually be bright. Maybe there will be some change. And a lot of people are very skeptical about it. For one, it could go either way. Trump's like it could be 50-50. But I am leading in towards the fact that Kim Jong-un has realized that he would be, as Trump, remembered as really a great leader. I believe that he's going to be persuaded to do the right thing for his people at the end of the day. I honestly do. As somebody that has carried out these vicious attacks, warm beer, I think that something very unique, very special is going to go down on that. So watch that as it unfolds. I think Donald Trump will do a terrific job. We need to pray for the guy, seriously, because there's a lot on the line for it, for his people especially, for the world especially. I don't think it's instantly going to happen, but I think there's going to be a walk away with some great things. And the release of the 3 Americans unharmed, didn't come back as Warmbier did, and that was a sad, tragic story. That's the evil of that regime, but in good faith, they came back healthy. They look great. It's a start, folks. If anything, it's a start. Goldman sees oil exports giving U.S. leverage in the Iran sanctions. Remember in 2012, American oil stayed at home, giving the U.S. less leverage to compel powerhouse oil-consuming countries like India and China to sanction Iran? Well, the crude export ban has been lifted, and the U.S. is at large of an exporter as Iran. Did you know that? We are as large an exporter of oil as Iran. 2.5 million barrels a day. Jeff Curry from Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, global head of commodities, said Thursday in an interview with Bloomberg TV. That was revealing to me. And for many people, they believe that this gives them a bargaining chip, saying, hey, if you don't comply, we can take away those barrels, he said. And it's a way to enforce compliance on refineries around the world. So sanctions on Iran will reduce the Islamic Republic's ability to produce and export. But the lost oil supply will be supplemented by allies, like I said earlier in the show, when I was teasing the story of the U.S., like Saudi Arabia. And there'll be a lot of help from our allies, folks. Iran's oil ministry, Bajan Namdar, sees his global market shrinking before his eyes. He said on state TV that the U.S. President Donald Trump motives are just shenanigans to raise prices for the shale producers. Nothing noteworthy will happen to our exports of crude, and that's the deal. Shale. So this is going to help us. It's not going to plummet to $5, $6, $7 or anything like that, where, again, NBC and PBS and all these are sable rattling and doing all this garbage here to try to freak everybody out. By the way, General John Kelly, he was talking a little bit off the record and then on to the record with Newsmax, and he says several things here, and you need to hear this. He says, certainly the president is, somewhat embarrassed, frankly. When world leaders come in, you walk in, and the first couple of minutes of every conversation might revolve around that kind of thing. The Stormy Daniels story, by the way. But not just that. The big one is the Russian meddling. That maybe it's not legitimate that President Trump is in. The chief of staff said he believes the probe would find nothing related to Trump, and something has gone on this long without any real meat on the bone. It suggests to me that there is nothing there relative to our president. Kelly responded no when asked if he ever considered exiting the job. His only regret is that he did not come in the job sooner. In retrospect, I wish I had been here from day one. In some cases, in terms of staffing or serving the president, the first 6 months was pretty chaotic, and there was some people hired that maybe shouldn't have, Kelly said. The White House was less organized than our president deserved. He says that there's great times of great frustration, but he says he's proud to be part of problem solving and getting our country and our president in places to where he can be most effective and where the staff can be at. And I'll tell you, Chief of Staff Kelly is doing a terrific job. And, sometimes it takes all of that, firing people all the time until you finally find the right team. And that happens on football teams. It happens in companies all over the team. You got to get the right blood. You got to get the right synergy going. But Kelly's a good man, and I believe he's doing a great job for the president. And I believe that this administration is going to be doing some amazing, amazing things in the coming months and coming years. Let's pray for our president, pray for all our leaders and our law enforcement officials and our military across the country. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, we're listener supported. Your donations do make a difference. ForThePeopleShow.com, Keith Allen saying all the best. May God bless.